Hey everyone, it's Maya, and welcome back to We Are the Hansons. Today's episode is a little deeper, and I want to talk about something that's been sitting heavy on my heart, but also lifting me up with hope. What we want for our kids in life. With so many little and not so little humans under our roof, Jeremy and I talk about this a lot. And I think it's something many parents, no matter how big or small their family is, think about too. Above all, I want our kids to feel loved fully, deeply, and unconditionally. I want them to grow up knowing that their worth doesn't come from grades, trophies, or accomplishments. It comes from who they are. We also say this at home. Lead with kindness. I want our kids to be the ones who notice when someone is hurting, who sit with the lonely, who speak gently when it's hard. We don't want our kids to fear work. We want them to embrace it, whether it's schoolwork, chores, or chasing their dream job. Hard work builds grit and confidence. I hope our kids never lose their sense of wonder. I want them to ask questions, dig deeper, explore new cultures, read books they wouldn't normally pick up, and always stay open to learning. Confidence comes from knowing who you are. I want our kids to walk into a room and feel like they belong without needing to prove it. I hope they choose friendships based on trust and laughter, not clicks or status. That they value real connection over surface level attention. I want them to know how to budget, save, invest, and give. I want them to understand the value of a dollar without being ruled by it. Failure isn't the end, it's a teacher. I want our kids to swing big, fall hard, and get back up with that fire in their eyes. Even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's hard, I want them to be brave enough to speak for those who can't. In fact, my daughter Morgan was a big one for speaking in school for the kids that were bullied. She was in a group called Stand for the Silent, and she was one of those kids that really spoke up for the kids that couldn't themselves. Our faith is a foundation in our family. We want them to know God's love, to feel it guiding their choices and comforting them in the dark. We remind them often that friends may come and go, but family is forever. I hope they always come back to each other, supporting, forgiving, and celebrating together. We want them to take care of their bodies because, health and wellness is a big thing. To eat well, sleep enough, and move their bodies, and seek help when needed, physically and mentally. Love that's true, whether they marry or not. I hope our kids experience deep love, the kind that's safe and steady, where they can be fully themselves. Not every place, job, or person is meant to be forever. I want them to know when to fight for something and when to let it go. We want them to walk through this world appreciating all kinds of people, beliefs, and lifestyles. This world is wide and beautiful. We want them to laugh loud and often. Life is hard, but laughter, that's our secret weapon. I hope our kids never lose their sense of humor, even in all the chaos. I want them to be a safe place for others. I want our kids to be the person others go to when life is messy, a gentle space. I always tell my kids, don't take shortcuts. We live in a world of quick fixes, and I hope they value the long road, the slow, steady grind, the satisfaction of earning it, because that's what matters. I want them to trust their gut, that little voice inside. It's powerful. I want them to listen when it speaks because our instincts are often right. I want them to love their future children well. One day, if they become parents, I want them to carry forward what we've tried to build: love, structure, grace, and lots of hugs. I want them to know their story. I want them to understand where they came from, our family history, the struggles, the triumphs, because roots matter. I want them to stay humble no matter how far they go in life. I hope they stay grounded, grateful, and humble. I want them to learn to say sorry and mean it. I want them to know that apologies aren't weakness, they're strength and maturity. Because we know that our kids can slip. And if they fess up and apologize for something, that shows how strong they really are and how mature they can be. I want them to forgive others. Holding on to bitterness only hurts you. I hope they learn to let go, even if the person never says sorry. Every small step matters. I want them to notice and appreciate their own growth by celebrating small wins. I want them to create something: paint, write, build, sing, whatever it is. I want them to create things that didn't exist before. Creation is joy. Help without expecting praise is a big one. It's one of the most powerful acts of goodness, helping when no one's watching. I want them to choose joy daily. Happiness is a choice. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth fighting for. Even on hard days, even in broken things, I want them to find beauty in unexpected places. Be the first to applaud others. Celebrate your friends. Cheer for your siblings. There's enough success to go around. I want them to own their mistakes because responsibility isn't punishment, it's growth. I hope they know they don't know it all, and that's okay. Stay open and stay growing. You're staying teachable. Don't rush life. I want them to enjoy being kids, teens, young adults. Adulthood will come. Let each stage bloom fully. Make memories, not just money. Money is an important thing in life, but you can always make more money. But moments, those are one-time only things. I guess that's why we as parents create so many memories. And yeah, we do work a lot to make money, to make sure our kids have what they need, make sure everybody is fed. being able to go on vacations, that's good. But the memories you're making are important. I want them to protect their peace from toxic people, from overcommitment, from their own expectations. Peace matters. For their people, I want them to show up for themselves, for what they believe in. Presence is powerful. I want them to speak life, use their words to build up, not tear down. Our words have lasting impact. So when you say something to somebody, sometimes you're going to regret what you said. I want them to say what they feel. I don't want them to tear people down. I want them to use their words to impact somebody else. Good company is always a good thing. Who you surround yourself with shapes who you become. I hope they choose wisely. You got to take risks, not reckless ones, but brave ones. I hope they leap even when it's scary. Stay connected to us, even when they're grown. I want them to know they can always call home, come visit. We're right here. I want them to be good stewards of the earth, of their time, of their blessings. I want them to take care of what they've been given. I want them to know their strengths and lean into them. I want them to live in alignment with how they're uniquely made. I want them to accept help. They don't have to do it all. We weren't meant to. We're human. I want them to offer help too, because the world needs more helpers, more hands extended. I want them to enjoy the journey. Life isn't just about milestones. I want them to love the everyday moments that they're given. I want them to choose integrity, even when it costs something, especially then. Be okay with not being liked. Not everyone will get them, and that's okay. Stay true to yourself anyway. Advocate for themselves. I want them to know how to speak up for what they need with strength and grace. Laugh at themselves. Life is easier when we don't take ourselves too seriously. Heal their wounds. Therapy, prayer, community, whatever it takes. I want them to work through their pain. Trust the process, even when they don't see the ending yet. It's important. Be gentle with themselves. No one is perfect. I want them to give themselves the same grace they give others. Keep that sense of wonder. Look at the stars, watch the fireflies. Let awe live in their hearts. Stay playful, even as adults. I want them to keep dancing in the kitchen and having tickle fights with their kids. Know that home is safe. I want them to always feel like home is a soft landing place, whether they're 9 or 49. Be a light, shine in dark places, bring warmth where it's cold. Say I love you often, out loud, every day, no matter how old they are. Our kids are good about that, all the way up to the oldest one. They still tell us they love us, whether they're going home or they're going to the friends. No matter what, our kids are not embarrassed to tell us they love us in front of anybody. I want them to know that they were wanted. Every single one of our children. I want them to know they were wanted, chosen, and deeply loved. Use their gifts for good. We all have gifts. I want them to use theirs to serve, uplift, and inspire. Let others in. Don't build walls so high they can't be reached. Let people love them. Rest without guilt. Rest isn't lazy, it's necessary. Dream big. I want them to imagine a life that excites them and go chase it. Give thanks always. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. And finally, live a life they're proud of. At the end of it all, that's what I want. For each of our children to look back one day and say, I lived, I loved, I mattered. Thank you for letting me share my heart today. As always, we may be just one family out of millions, but here on We Are the Hansons, we believe every family has a story worth telling. And part of ours is hoping and praying that our children step into the life they were created for. Until next time, hug your people tight and keep building that legacy one messy, beautiful day at a time. You can send us an email at wearethehansonsshow@gmail.com. You can send me a Facebook message on our We Are the Hansons Facebook. And if you could get over to our We Are the Hansons YouTube channel and subscribe, we'd appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to listen today.